All right, today what we're going to do is take this little bundle of cuttings that I made when I trimmed my tiny little jade tree. I have 4 kind of large and 1 itty bitty tiny branch that I removed. And it's been several days and they've dried. I hope you can see like the dried end as compared to the really green, glistening end that you don't want to stick down in the soil because of mold issues and everything. But they're all ready. And I've decided I'm going to plant 4, and I'm just going to stick that tiny little extra branch into one of the pots. But these are all ready, and these are the pots I've chosen. I've got 3 like this that I showed you in another video. I think they're cute. They're very small, and I have not used them yet. And I have these tiny little discs that go to the bonsai hole covers that I've gotten before. It's sort of like a little grid plate to keep the soil from coming out. But in these instances, I don't need to have them wired in, at least not at this point. So I'm putting those 3. And then I have this. If you've been watching a long time or have seen old videos, this was one of the little tufa pots that I made to hang from a rearview mirror. And I can reference a video up here so you can see that. But it's just an artificial one that I've got stuck in there because if it's going to hang from a rearview mirror in the car, you don't want anything living because that'll just die. But this has just been sitting on the side in a windowsill, and I'm going to use it. And it didn't quite fit. These grids were a little bit too big for it. So I've just cut a little bit of screening. There, can you see that? A little bit of screening to go to cover its hole. And maybe a lot of you feel that's not necessary, but I just have this thing for wanting to cover the hole so that the soil doesn't fall out. And I've readied some soil mix here. Got it all ready. I do have my soil systemic insecticide in that. And I've also put some water in it so that it can be pre-moistened. I'm not going to water these. I just want it in slightly damp soil so that it'll get a chance to develop some roots. But let's see about getting them filled up and getting ready to go. Okay, here's one of my pots. I'll just scoop them full like that. And there we go. Same for the next one. We'll do some cleanup afterwards. And then same for this one. There we go. And then the little tufa one. Let me see if I can ladle it into there. He's a very tiny pot. I think I made these out of yogurt cups. I'd have to refer to the old video. It's been about, I don't know, 5-6 years ago that I made that. So there we go. We got 4 pots ready. Put the little grids back. Now, I'm just going to take each of the little pots. Here, I'll grab one of the, now, I would expect the roots to grow right out of those little segments. This spot, right underneath where the leaves are. So I am just going to poke them right down into the soil like that. And I think I'll make me a little guide, poke a little guide hole. Oops, like this. Oops. Sorry, it's got a big clump there. Let's get that out. Okay, I'm gonna poke it in like that. And then stick it down in there so we got soil level. So that should make it touch on all the sides and have us a nice little jade plant. These are regular jades, not the dwarf jade. So the same for this pot. Let's see. He will grow right from the base of those leaves. There we go. And I don't expect that'll take very long. Now that hopefully will grow into something multi-trunked. And then this one. There we go. And well, look at that shape. He's gonna have one that coming off the side. So here we go. Right down into the just barely damp soil. And I might put just a little bit of misting on those in about 3 days because I can already tell the leaves are just slightly limp. And then we've got one more for this one. Do the same thing. Put like a slight depression. You can see where that one should grow roots all along that. There we go. Now, there it is. Now, you can't be a rearview mirror hanger anymore. You have to be inside. These are small enough to fit my windowsill. And if you can tell it's a little bit, you can see a little bit dehydrated since it's been several days. Now I've got the one last tiny little one. So which one of you looks like you could use another? I think he could use another stem. So we're gonna put him just right into the side, right there. There, now, there we go. 4 little pots, all ready to go. We'll put this someplace else. And we've got 4 pots ready to go for the windowsill. Now let me see what windowsill I can put these in. Oh, scratch that. I think based on the temperatures out, right now we're at -6 Fahrenheit here in Ohio this morning. So I'm not gonna put these into the windowsill. I will put them in some bright light. Let me get a little tray and then I'll put them right up here. Okay, they're all loaded up on a little tray so that I can water them. They'll have their own little drip tray. So here we go. I've cleared off a spot. They'll be near the window, but also with the grow light. So there they are. I think they look really cute. And these will be a perfect way to grow more jade. Though the last thing I really need is more plants. But but you didn't hear me say that. But they look real good. Now, again, this was slightly dampened soil. I probably won't give them anything but a slight misting in about 3 days. So in about 3 days, slight misting, and I expect roots in about a week. But that'll be good. I think they look perfect. A wonderful little soldier row full of succulents. But thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next video.